You are also watching something anime and game related. Or
Yeah.
you're playing
well,
a game
I was
that's
playing a
anime
game
related.
that has an anime, and it is called Yo-Kai Watch. Yeah, so that review will be up as of this airing, so...
Tell us what you think then.
Yeah, so Yo-Kai Watch is interesting. It's an RPG, but it does standard RPG fare really strangely. Like, the battle system is super weird.
Yeah, I played a demo and was not a fan of the battle system.
Yeah, so I write about this in my review. On easy, like, run-of-the-mill enemies, it's really boring, and literally the yokai will just attack of their own accord. And you can there's a fast-forward button, and you can just press X and just kind of put your 3DS down and, like, just be like, all right, cool. Sure. And that was weird. I was like, this isn't what playing is.
Well, if it's a handheld, I sort of get it. I mean, a lot of games have that feature for handheld.
Yeah, well, it's weird because it's a hybrid of real-time and turn-based. So there's real-time elements to it. So you have to, something happens called you get inspirited, or your yokai get inspirited by other yokai. And it's basically possession, but they don't call it possession. Mm-hmm. And so when they get inspirited, you have to purify them. And that is a real-time thing, and the battle's still waging?
It's still going on.
It's still happening.
They're still fighting.
On the top screen, and then you have to be doing things on the bottom screen to purify your yokai so they can continue fighting. And so there's this weird balancing act that actually is really fun when you're playing a difficult boss, because you have to do all of these things at once. And I think that the battle system is more suited to that than just kind of random encounters. The random encounters, I was like, I'm just going to run away from this, because you also get experience from quests. You don't have to battle, which is nice.
Oh, interesting. What's an example of a quest that you can do?
A lot of them have to do with solving problems that yokai have created. So I really like the world of Yo-Kai Watch. Like, the battle system's weird, but I love, like, it really sparked my imagination a lot. Like, I was thinking, like, oh, maybe this is why I'm so tired all the time. It's a yokai. That would explain everything.
But they're not really ghosts, right?
They're not ghosts.
Like,
when I first previewed Yo-Kai Watch, it was impressed upon me very heavily that they are not ghosts. They are yokai. They are not ghosts.
They're spirits.
They're
like
spirits.
Animated.
So yeah, I was concerned when I first heard that this game was coming west, because yokai are, something in Japanese folklore, and I wasn't sure how that was going to translate to, Western audiences, especially kids, because it is intended for kids. I think that's not a bad thing. That is not a detriment or anything like that. It's just, that's a fact about the game. And I think that the localization does a really good job of making it understandable and easy and just a natural part of the world that they've created in the game. And so I like it. I do like it. I want to keep playing it.
Yeah, and yokai are like supernatural creatures. Like pixies or fairies in our culture, but they sort of more like an umbrella.
Yeah, yokai
for a lot
monster.
of things.
Yeah, there's a butt yokai,
Excuse
and
me.
it jiggles.
I'm sorry, what?
I hate it so much.
What?
I saw the
actually
ad.
hate it.
So gross.
I hate it. I hate everything about it. Just, you know what? Real talk right now. It's called Cheeksqueek, and it's stupid. There's no place for this in the review, so the place is here. I hate Cheeksqueek.
This is exclusive to Anime Club.
Cheeksqueek can die. Wow. I hate bathroom humor, and I was just not about the fart yokai. But there's other things. There's like cat yokai, like Jibanyan's the main one that you'd see like on all the promotional materials.
So cute.
He's really cute, and he's really strong. Like, he's in my party still. I'm like, yeah, you get it, Jibanyan. And then I have like a dog-ish yokai called Shmoopy, and he's a healer, and he's really cute. But then, my favorite one, she's so cool. She's a skeleton lady with a parasol, and she will mess you up. I love her. Her name's Rattel.
The designs are better than like Pokemon, because I mean they're not. I don't want a one-to-one because they are different.
Yeah,
but
I talked to Jose Otero, host of Nintendo Voice Chat on IGN. He and I talked about Yo-Kai Watch a little bit, and we keep going back to the Pokemon comparison because there's so many weird similarities. Like, yokai can evolve. You have 6 in your party, but the gameplay is really different, and all the stuff that seems similar to Pokemon is very different. So the more I played, the further I got away from that comparison. But as far as eyeball.
Oh no, we need you.
Okay, I'm good. When you get something in your eye, you're just like, what's happening? So I get further away from that comparison, but I think yokai aren't limited the way Pokemon are. Like, well, that's not true, because there's like weird. Yamask is one of the creepiest Pokemon, side note, because it's like the mask of a dead soul and you capture it or whatever. There's some creepy Pokemon out there. So I don't know. I wouldn't I didn't even think about that. That's a good question. Whose design's better?
Because I mean, you got trash Pokemon over there. I mean,
Garbodor.
granted, it's not like the original 150 comparing to like Yo-Kai's original, but
200-ish.
yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. It is really hard. Like the more I look at the original 151 Pokemon, the more I'm like, there's this Tumblr post where it's like, yeah, my favorite Pokemon, some eggs, and it's like a picture of eggs.
Yeah.
Like pile of sludge. There's a picture of Grimer, and I'm like, yeah, these designs aren't terribly unique. The whole lore of Pokemon is that Pokemon exist because people believe them to exist, so they retroactively exist. It's really cool. Pokemon's really cool. And yokai is different because they're based on real world things. So there's like a yokai called Tattletale that's just an old lady. Like straight up just an old lady.
And what do you keep them in? You don't keep them in a Pokeball. You keep them
You don't keep them.
You summon
You
them.
summon them with medals, like medallions. You don't keep them in anything.
Okay.
They're your friends.
Yeah. So the yokai watch is really cute because the whole thing is you befriend yokai, and
As opposed to capture them out
yeah,
in the
you
field.
don't capture them. You battle them, and sometimes they're impressed with your strength, or you can feed them their favorite food, which I have no idea how to figure out. I think it's just trial and error. But you can feed them, and maybe they'll like you. And
It's sort of Shin Megami Tensei.
yeah, so yeah, it's kind of like Pokemon meets Ni no Kuni meets Shin Megami Tensei. Yokai Watch. It's also level 5. So
Okay,
Yeah.
well, would you recommend it? Should I go play the game?
I would say if you were already intrigued by this but not convinced by the demo, or like even if you didn't like the demo, I would say give it a shot.
Okay. Because I didn't play the demo, so I'm going in pure
You
blind.
you are the queen of JRPGs though.
This is true,
Which-
but I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. I've only played a couple of games. I like them,
Yeah.
but I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. So if I'm not into that, will I like yokai? Well, I like the gameplay
I don't think
mechanics.
it'll convert anyone. I think the gameplay is really weird for an RPG. It's not typical RPG stuff. They do RPG really weird, but the world is really cool. There was this really creepy level in like the school at night, and like there's a yokai being like, "Play with me." And I was like, I was like,
Miranda
playing-
and I do not
I was
like
like playing
horror.
it on Halloween, like yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So there's just like cool stuff, and it deals with some serious issues that I wasn't expecting. Like one of the first things you do in that game is you defeat a yokai that's causing your parents to have like a really serious argument.
Wow.
And there's another situation where one of your friends loses his mom's engagement ring, and his dad's like, "Mom's leaving us now, and it's all your fault." And then you have to go like help him find the ring, and like I'm not. It turns out fine, but like
That's
I-
that's
That's
real.
That's pretty intense for losing an engagement ring. All right.
yeah,
Whoa.
like it's this whole thing like mom's gonna leave and it's just gonna be us, and it turns out she's just going to her high school reunion. So like
Wow.
so but it
Spoilers,
it
but-
totally
Yeah.
it's not a big
kidding. It's
spoiler.
fine.
It's
totally fine.
it's like at the very beginning of the game, but the whole point is it takes these issues that are really serious for kids and gives them empowers them to fix them. You can fix them by kind of identifying the yokai that's behind everything, and even in the case of your friend who lost the mom's engagement ring, like all you have to do as his friend is go with him to tell his parents that you found it because he needs the emotional support. Like it's really really great about that stuff. I appreciate that a lot, and I didn't feel like it. My least favorite thing about media for kids is when it talks down to kids or condescends to them, like avoids issues that could be upsetting or something. Whereas Yokai Watch, I didn't feel was talking down to me. It was kind of trusting me to, yeah, you can handle this kind of horrible situation of your parents having a fight right in front of you, and you have the tools to solve it. I thought that was really great.
Yeah, I like that because that's what kids often have to deal with. It's so
Right.
here's like a way to handle it.
And since we were all kids once, you
Yeah.
can relate to it. That's kind of like,
If only we had yokai to help us
yeah.
find our mother's.
I'm still a Pokemon girl for life, so.
All right.
That's my ultimate. That's the verdict is still love Pokemon.
All right.
But yeah, check it out. Check it out if that's your deal. Definitely check it out.